YouTube, thanks so much for tuning in to another video. Strap yourself in because as you can tell by the title, we've got a lot of ground to cover. So this week, a woman speaking at her brother's funeral decided that this would be the best time to expose his widow for having an entanglement during the latter part of his life. We only know all of this because the funeral was being recorded on national TV, seeing as the guy was a hotshot entrepreneur. I don't know if his sister was aware of the cameras, but she made sure not to waste her moment.
It turns out his wife had brought a man into the house. Please, don't you dare. That's it.
Hey, hold on, this shit ain't funny. It ain't funny, but it is.
Anyway, this situation is nuanced, but very easily explained when you look at the life of Lance Armstrong as detailed in a recent 2-part documentary by ESPN. The documentary is 3.5 hours, so I know most of you people won't watch it, so here's a basic summary.
He wants us to come visit. Does that mean he's guilty?
I told you, I knew your dad for a long time. He did that shit. He guilty as fuck. He guilty as fuck. I told you.
If you want to marvel at just how seriously this guy was cheating, please watch the documentary, because this guy went all out. At some point, he's rattling off all the drugs like he's talking about a grocery list. At this point, the only drug he didn't take was Chemical X. Then to top it off, the entire second part of the documentary goes into detail about how they managed to keep this whole thing a secret for so long. Hidden tests, disposed syringes, intimidating whistleblowers, sabotaging people's careers, lying under oath, lying on national TV. Lance really did it all.
I'm not going to lie to you, Marino. I'm not. And I'm not saying that they will, but I'm going to tell you my truth. And my truth is not my version. My truth is the way I remember it.
But when you go watch the documentary in full, you get to see the other sides of the situation. Lance was always a talented athlete, racing in professional triathlons as a teenager, before winning the Cycling World Championships at age 21, before all the doping and Tour de France titles. He got testicular and brain cancer in his early 20s and beat it, then used his platform to raise hundreds of millions of dollars of cancer awareness and research. This importantly is detailed throughout the documentary by journalists, cyclists, former officials, and everyone in between that doping has always been a part of cycling culture. Multiple cyclists and teams were caught and banned before and after him, and some of them even died. Essentially, Lance's argument is that he wasn't doing anything that anybody else wasn't doing. He was just doing it in a more sophisticated way. And he technically didn't get caught. Things just went south when he tried to come back from retirement in 2008. And to be fair, he's right about that. But that's not the overall point of this documentary. The overall point is that everything that's been said before can be true at the same time.
Some people just can't chill the fuck out. They're pissed still, and they will be pissed forever.
Yes, he is an unrepentant cheater who lied to the entire planet for years, stopped at nothing to succeed, sabotaged the lives and careers of friends and fellow professionals, lied under oath, and had to go on Oprah for a red table talk. He is also one of the greatest athletes of the modern era and served as an inspiration to millions. Without his career, the world and thousands, if not millions more lives would have been lost to cancer. The fact Livestrong still exists today independently of him shows as much. So now, bringing this all together, what does this have to do with that woman hijacking her brother's funeral? Well, it turns out he's also got a very long list of entanglements on his side. Whether or not this may have played a part in his widow's affairs, only she can answer. But the overall point is, a funeral isn't the right forum to be airing family drama, let alone on national TV.
What the hell was that?
Lance doing all the good he did in the world doesn't deflect from all the bad he did to people. It's not right to label him good or bad, but he does need to be held accountable for his actions. So essentially, these stories show that people, just like life, can be nuanced. Good people do bad things and bad people do good things. Nothing is straightforward, but it all counts. This whole situation is hilarious, but it's also very complicated. So please let me know in the comments how you feel about doping in sports and cheating in general. Personally, it's not my region, but I understand life can be complicated. If you're a fan of complicated people, crimes, and cheating in general, Netflix has an entire subgenre of movies and documentaries about them. I would recommend Narcos for complicated people, and Icarus if you enjoy doping in sports. The Lance documentary is on ESPN, Showmax, or you could just find it by other means. Thanks so much for watching. I hope I've given you something to think about. Let's engage in the comments. Please like and subscribe.